So when we are talking about an ecosystem, I think we need to identify who all are the stakeholders that are part of the ecosystem, and then what steps can be taken to ensure that we have a enabling ecosystem for sustainable packaging. Few of the key stakeholders are maybe from the government, the industry, to consumers and NGOs. So how do we kind of like bring together all of these people to create an enabling ecosystem? Let us look at them step by step. The first one is related to policy and legislation. We have to develop regulatory frameworks, introduce policies that encourage sustainable packaging, such as mandatory recycling targets, bans on certain non-recyclable materials, and incentives for using eco-friendly materials. We can also promote extended producers' responsibility under the same legislation by implementing systems where producers are responsible for the end-of-life management of their products and motivating them to design for recyclability. We can look at innovation and research, invest in research and development, support innovation in sustainable materials such as biodegradable, recyclable, and compostable options, like Prashant was mentioning. Encourage the development of new technologies that facilitate recycling and waste reduction. Collaborate with academia and research institutes, partner with these entities to explore new solutions and bring them to the market. Industry engagement. We have to foster collaboration across the supply chains, encourage partnerships between manufacturers, retailers, and waste management agencies to share best practices and design packaging that is easily recyclable. Set industry standards, develop guidelines for sustainable packaging design that can be adopted widely, focusing on reduction, reuse, and recycle. Infrastructure development. Build and enhance recycling facilities. Invest in the infrastructure necessary to collect, sort, and process recyclable materials efficiently. Implement efficient logistics, because cost is always an important component. Optimize transportation and logistics for waste collection to reduce the environmental impact. Going forward, looking at consumer awareness and education, there is the need to educate the consumers on the importance of sustainable packaging and how to recycle properly. Use labeling and communication strategies to make recycling easy to understand. And then engage the consumers, involve them in our own sustainability initiatives, and solicit feedback to improve practices. Corporates have a responsibility. We can integrate sustainability into business models, encourage companies to set sustainability goals and report on their progress, adopt practices like recyclable materials and minimizing packaging, CSR initiatives, develop and support corporate social responsibility programs that focus on environmental sustainability. And last but not the least, monitoring and reporting. Establish metrics and indicators. Create systems to track the environmental impact of packaging, materials, and practices, aiding in continuous improvement. And regular reporting. Encourage transparency in sustainable practices through public reporting and communications. Networking and advocacy. Build coalitions and partnerships. Create networks that bring together different stakeholders to advocate for sustainable packaging and share knowledge. Engage NGOs and community work groups. Work with non-profits and community organizations to drive grassroots support for sustainable initiatives. I think by using a combination of all of these points that I mentioned, if we all come together and work, we will be able to create a more sustainable ecosystem for packaging. Thank you.
Thank you, Rajesh ji, for that brief have our last speaker, Mr. Aneshwar Nayak.